right, time to write some poems again.
Now, as you recall...
Actually, what am I talking about? This is my first time.
Now, as you recall, in the last part, we learned an incredibly big lesson. Don't leave your best friends hanging.
I'm sorry, Joe, I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, I just must be getting this weird sense of deja vu from somewhere. Anyway, let's write poems!
Yeah, let's get to the point.
As you, in order to appease the right girl, you need to choose the right word, but it's very tricky, especially since you don't know what it's good enough, for example, for Monica. It's that sort of hidden value, if you know what I mean.
There's explanation sounds like deja vu. Probably nothing.
Meanwhile, here we see everyone's favorite couple, Natsuki and Yuri. No, seriously, there's a incredibly
let me take this time to mention something you may have noticed.
That ship actually does make sense, because I can definitely sense some kind of...
polar opposite, they attract each other, yada yada.
Not just that, but actual chemistry.
Not just that, Teo. They have character chemistry between each other, actually, so I can definitely understand where they're coming with that, at least.
But let me say this, you may have noticed that all the girls in the class have a ribbon on their head. Their type of ribbon, the color of it, the position, everything, it's sort of symbolic. Natsuki is very simplistic and only tie like one flock over here. Yuri instead, while also being simplistic, is represented by the color purple, which in fiction tend to symbolize a lot of things, royalty, but also maliciousness and sometimes horror.
How's Chibi Yuri supposed to stand up properly with that on her head?
So I'm guessing you're going for Natsuki this time?
I don't know, Pedro. We'll see.
Parfait, misery,
I mean, he went for Yuri the first time.
Alright.
Hi again, HandsomeTeo.
Hi, Monica.
Glad to see you didn't run away on us.
Nah, don't worry. This might be a little strange for me, but I at least keep my word. I'm a Lannister, you know. Well, I'm back in the literature club. I wasn't the last to come in, so everyone else is already hanging out. Oh!
Thanks for keeping your promise, HandsomeTeo. Please don't mind my glitchy face. I hope this isn't too overwhelming of a commitment for you.
Also, I think you might want to reinstall the game to you.
Yuri.exe is a kind of the problem.
Maybe can you dive headfirst into literature when you're not accustomed to it? Well,
come on! Like she deserves any slack.
It's like Mecha Freezer in Dragon Ball
You
Z
heard it
Abridged.
nothing by Monica. I know you plan to just come here and hang out or what. But if you don't take us seriously, then you won't see the end of it.
The end of a swim?
Monica, please.
I can also tell that Dan Salvato is a Kojima fan because both Metal Gear and PT did a lot of this kind of stuff.
Stop with me say Monica manga.
Manga is literature!
Keep telling yourself that,
Natsuki plops back into her seat.
Well, technically it is. I'm sorry, HandsomeTeo.
Oh.
I'm sorry for my glitchy face.
Why is everything obliquous now?
We'll make sure to put your comfort first, okay?
Yuri should
Is the costume tilting?
Yuri turns to...
Are we in a boat now?
I do believe we're in Battlefield Earth now.
Well, I can't really say no either way. Also, I'm sorry, I'm feeling seasick.
Let me just tilt my head. Okay, now it's
It's right for me to do something like that. Go ahead.
Wait, I didn't mean it like that. Ooh, I don't get that. I'm to pay. Ooh,
it's,
to use.
It's not bad, Yuri.
Well, usually the has an H at the end of it, not just to use.
Depends. Sometimes it's use A, sometimes it's use O, sometimes it's use U.
I don't know. It sounds.
Also,
weird.
what the hell is wrong with the music?
Pretty much every other game I've played always has an H in those. Well, as vice president and all, that I should help you get started on something you might like.
You reaches into her bag and pulls out a book.
Da-da-da-da. I didn't want you to feel left out, but I picked out a book that I thought you might enjoy.
Gravity doesn't work like this.
That's an interesting book.
Shiroi, remember, gravity works differently in animes.
True.
Also, is it me or is
just look at all the jiggle physics.
I wasn't gonna bring it up, but yeah.
This is...
Remember, I think
cute.
she was bringing up stuff like the hair physics on Naked Tiara in Fairfence Ref. You know, when we removed her from the Val God.
Is it just me, or has Yuri gotten really close to the camera?
I don't know what you're talking about, babes. Everything is fine.
Well, you can read it at your own
Theo.exe
pace.
needs to close.
I look forward to hearing what you
Whoa.
think. And Yuri disappeared into the void.
Well,
There we
The
go.
game rectified itself, it's fine.
But that doesn't seem to be the case. Yuri's face is already buried in the book. Can I well notice her intense expression, like she was waiting on for each chance.
I was there, and now I'm over here. Didn't see that coming, did you?
Meanwhile, Natsuki's doing
Now
something.
you see me, now you don't.
I hear Natsuki having an exasperated sigh from within the closet. She seems to be annoyed by something.
Come out of
Approach her in case
the closet, Natsuki.
Oh god, she is
Anger
coming out of the
Natsuki
closet.
Fucking Mario.
Leaves
I mean, you gotta be in the closet to come out of it.
Back inside in the right spot. What's the point of keeping your collection organized if someone else is just gonna mess it up?
Also, Gremlin, watch your language.
Natsuki says a bunch of stacked books and boxes. Manga.
You read manga, right?
You know, I'm starting to think that when you eventually kill off,
You're really into it until you figure out where the other person stands.
I'm starting to think that when you eventually kill all the girls, the game will just uninstall itself automatically.
How do
I
you
heard
know
you
that
bring it up at
anyway?
some point. Besides, it's kind of written on your face.
What's that supposed to mean?
You're a weeb.
I see. There's a lone volume of manga that meets a stack of various books on the other side of one of those shelves. Curious, I pull it out of the stack.
There it is.
There it is. Natsuki snatches out of my hand. She enters to a box of manga and she zips the volume right into the middle of the rest.
Ah, much better.
Organization?
Seeing a box set with one book missing is probably the most irritating sight in the whole world.
Oh
yeah,
god, I
OCD.
pity you if you're collecting all the
I know
One
that
Piece.
feel.
Okay, so how much are you gonna cost buying the entire One Piece collection then?
Parfait girls?
Parfait.
Series
girls.
I've never heard in my life. Is that you entering the Madolce archetype? That
Ah.
probably means it's either way out of my demographic or it's simply terrible. If
If you're
you
gonna
ever,
judge,
if
you can
you
go do it for the glass on that door.
if you've read of it, it's already too mainstream for me.
Let
Hey,
the
I
mouth
wasn't
go.
judging anyway.
Good
I
question.
didn't even say anything.
Maybe her mouth glitched too.
It was the tone of your voice.
Yeah, she was just
That's
pulling
why
a
you
Sonic, I
want
guess.
HandsomeTeo. Consider this a lesson straight to the for
Don't judge a book, yes.
Fix your
Okay.
microphone, Dwibs. God.
In fact,
Natsuki pulls out the first volume on Parfait Girl from the box.
I'm gonna show you exactly why.
She shoves the book right into my hands. I stare at the cover. It features 4 girls in colorful attire striking animated feminine poses.
Sailor Moon is that?
It's
Oh wait, no, that's more than
exceedingly
just
Well,
Well,
actually, no,
There's more than 4 in Sailor Moon.
Don't just stand there.
It's more like Madoka Magica or Jamajo Doremi, I guess.
It also depends on which season you're talking about, because in total, remember they go from Mercury to Pluto in total. So
Oh, let's not forget, yeah, of course, the Outer Belt.
Wouldn't chairs be more comfortable? I think
You can-
The manga's like
Chairs
12
wouldn't work.
volumes.
We
12 or
can't read it at
15
the same
volumes.
time like that.
True, but you can forget Sailor Stars. Just
why is that?
pretend that doesn't exist.
I guess it's easier to be close together like this.
Oh.
Don't just say that. You make me
Babaka.
feel weird about it.
Natsuki crosses around and scooches an inch away from me. Sorry. I didn't exactly expect to be sitting this close to her either. Not that I can say it's a particularly bad thing.
Be careful not to engage the Cinderella in her natural habitat.
I opened the book.
Especially when her
So a
mouth
few
disappears
seconds
like
before,
that.
Natsuki once again inches closer, reclaiming the additional space while she hopes I won't notice. I could feel her peering over my shoulder, much more eager to begin reading than I am.
Wow, how long has it been since I read the beginning?
I don't know, maybe when your mouth
Oh.
reappeared.
You don't go back and flip through the older volumes every now and then.
To catch up on the backstory or something.
Not really.
Freshen up, sorry. Freshen up on the backstory.
Maybe sometimes after I've already finished the series. Hey, you paying attention?
How do I brief? I am, but nothing really has happened yet, so I can't talk at the same time. Looks like she's about a bunch of friends in high school, our age, typical slice of life affair. I kind of grew out of these since it's rare for the writing to be entertaining enough to make up for the lack of plot.
Did I mention that Dan Salvato made this as a critique on anime in mangas too?
Are you sure it isn't boring for you?
And now all of a sudden we're on the ground?
Nuts.
Even though you're just watching me read?
Well, I'm fine with that.
If you say so. Guess it's fun sharing something with you like with someone else.
That's just the thing, Jova.
I convince any of my friends to pick up a series I enjoy.
Yes, Pedro?
That's just the thing, Jova. From my personal perspective, there's so many people. There's such a lack of.
That's not. Well, I wouldn't really know.
That's just the thing, Jova. From my own perspective, there's a serious lack of character-driven storytelling nowadays. Like,
Rub it in.
Yeah.
remember, I actually really loved the first part of Deathly Hallows, the movie. I mean, yes, there was not that much plot moving forward in that movie, but goddamn, there's so much character development in that movie.
Oh yeah.
Bringing up about them being all like, you still haven't grown out of that yet. Makes you want to punch him in the face.
I know those kind of people.
How tsundere of you.
Honestly, it takes a lot of effort to find friends who don't judge, much less friends who are also into it. I'm already kind of a loser, so I guess I gravitate towards the other losers over time. But it's probably harder for someone like you.
Yeah, that's pretty accurate.
We're learning so much about each other
which
today.
part?
Okay, I'm wondering what kind
I
of...
feel like I can't even keep it in my own room.
Okay, so...
My dad would bite the shit out of me if he found this.
Oh, no.
Oh, okay, so family abuse. Okay, fine.
At least you're safe here in the club room.
Either that or Dan is just fucking with us.
Except Monica's kind of a jerk about it. Oh, I just can't. When can I?
Well, paid off in the end, didn't it? I mean, here I am, reading it.
Well, it's not like that solves any of my problems.
It's either that or maybe she has a hoarding problem.
Maybe, but at least you're enjoying yourself, right?
There's the tsundere thing.
Okay, now she actually is not
Jeez,
responding.
that's enough. You gonna keep reading or what?
Yeah. I flip the page.
Phoenix, get out!
So
Sorry, just passing by.
Suki's strangely quiet now. I
In the
glanced
meantime,
over there. Hold on, Pedro. It looks like she started to fall asleep.
Aww,
Hey,
she's such an
Natsuki?
angel.
Yeah.
Suddenly
Wow,
Natsuki's
talk
collapsing
about-
straight into me.
Wow, good job,
Hey!
Theo.
Ah, what the fuck?
Also, Theo, good job. Perfect casting.
So she's not a gremlin, she's a void creature.
Please no.
How lovely.
The power of literature compels you.
Oh, jeez. Natsuki, are you doing it again?
Did you do that?
Natsuki, are you okay? Here, eat a Snickers.
Monica reaches into her bag and pulls out some kind of protein bar.
You're just not
She
you
throws
when
it
you're
in Natsuki's
hungry.
direction, very
You stole my
randomly.
joke, Jova.
You know, Natsuki, next time use the desks when you're reading stuff instead of
She's
sitting on the
bar
floor.
and immediately tears off.
I told you not to give.
See? All
She
better.
doesn't even finish her sentence before stuffing into her mouth.
Nom.
Don't worry, HandsomeTeo. She only does that when she's hungry. She's fine. It happens every now and then.
Lone sugar.
That's why I
No
always
shit.
keep a snack in my bag for her.
Treating
So
her like an
basically,
animal.
so basically, if you don't feed her regularly, she explodes in pixelization.
She truly is sort of a reverse gremlin.
Pretty much.
Anyway, let's start
Again,
with
we're
the
learning
poems.
so much about each other today, aren't we?
Natsuki was interested in her poems yesterday. Probably only fair if I shared mine with her first. Dot.
Okay, well, let's start with the things I don't like. First of all,
Natsuki rereads my poem.
Oh.
Never mind. I don't feel like giving you my opinion.
You can't find anything you don't
Then
like,
what's the point
can
of sharing
you?
in the first place?
I agree. Come on,
I'm
Gremlin,
only
say
when it
something.
Doing other things. In fact, remember how you say they wanted to read your poems? That's what I had in mind when writing this.
Oh.
I want to keep you feel comfortable enough to share yours, like Monica said.
Oh. Well, it would be more comfortable sharing my poem if yours is really bad.
Oh.
You're supposed to show me some dumb poem, and maybe go, well, it's not that great, but let me show you what real literature looks like. And you went and ruined it!
Someone's getting genre savvy
Hope you're
today.
happy.
Yeah, that's a backward compliment, in case you don't know. So in other words, you were saying you liked it. Natsuki retorts and gets caught in her throat.
Oh, you're so...
Crafty, clever.
You don't understand anything, do you?
I could write this in
I
my
already
sleep.
told you that. You don't have to go announcing it to the world like you're all self-important.
Soon.
Pretty sure you never actually said that. I say that mostly to myself. Natsuki really must really hate me or something. Can't figure out if it's a win or a loss, but she liked my poem.
Get
In
a
any
hint.
case, you still need to show me yours, right?
Fine, I guess. Only because
Huh?
Monica will make me if I don't.
Alright, let's read it. Fuck
Eagles
off.
can fly,
Yeah, it's the
monkeys
same
can
poem
climb,
as,
pigeons can leap, horses can race,
As you
owls
can expect
see.
from Natsuki.
Cheetahs can run, eagles can fly, people can fly, but that's about it.
10 out of 10.
But you sure I sure what? Thank you, fools.
I told you weren't gonna like it.
I like it.
What? Just be honest.
I am. Sparkle. Why are you so convinced that I wouldn't like it?
Well, because everyone in high school thinks that writing has to be all sophisticated and stuff. So people don't even take my writing seriously.
But isn't the point of poems for people to express themselves? Your writing style wouldn't make your message any less valid.
Yes, exactly. I like it when it's easy to read, but it hits you hard. Like in this poem, seeing everyone around you do great
I'm
things can be really disheartening. So I decided to write about it.
Yeah, I understand.
I'm
Have
starting
you ever
to
not
think.
think about simple writing is that it puts more weight on the wordplay?
Yes.
I'm starting to think this is basically Skip Woods as a tsundere anime girl.
Oh
I
god.
guess we're waiting to really realize. Honestly, the vibe I got from Agent 47 was the opposite, that Skip Woods tried to be way too overcomplicated for its own good.
Yeah, especially with the second Agent 47
Yeah, I
movie.
guess not. I was referring specifically to that job.
Ah.
I don't really care how old everyone is, but if Natsuki is feeling proud, I won't take that anything away from me.
Sometimes simple and sweet gets the gold.
Hey, Monica.
Hi, HandsomeTeo. Having a good time so far?
Yeah.
I just took a break from eating some people, so now I can share poems with you.
Good, glad to hear. By the way, since you're new and everything, if you have any suggestions for the club, like new activities or things we can do better, I'm always listening for your feedback. Don't be afraid to bring things up, okay?
Alright.
Is at the cost of one soul per question.
Of course I'll be afraid to bring things up. Much better off just going out with the flow that I'm more settled with.
Remember, HandsomeTeo. Remember what Softbox taught us. Just say her spell backwards and the succubus will go away.
It's kind of embarrassing, but I guess I have to.
I'm not a
Yes.
succubus, I'm a
Also,
class
I thought
president.
I
There's
thought
a
the secret
distinct
was searching for the
difference.
clitoris.
We're all a little embarrassed today, you know. But that's sort of a barrier that we'll all learn to get past soon.
Yeah, that's true. I hand Monica my poem.
I like it, HandsomeTeo.
You didn't
Really?
even...
It's a lot
Right.
cuter than I
Just pretend she read
expected.
it. Oh, jeez.
No. It kind of makes me think of something Natsuki would write. And she's a good writer, too. So take that as a compliment.
If you say so.
Yep. If you're interested in Natsuki, then always keep a snack on you. She'll cling to you like a puppy.
You're treating her as a beast. Monica, come on.
Natsuki's dad doesn't give her lunch money or leave her any food in the house, so she's in a fussy mood pretty often.
Yeah, starting to see why maybe she's so short.
But sometimes she loses all of her strength and shuts down. Like earlier. This is just a guess, but I think she's so small because her malnutrition is interfering with her adolescent growth. But hey, some guys are into petite girls too, you know.
Or maybe she's just short. There
Actually,
are short
no.
people in the world, you know.
Actually, no, Pedro, that can actually be a thing.
Well, I know that can be a thing, but she doesn't know that that's the case. For all she knows, maybe she's just short. There are short people in the world.
You sound pretty confident for someone who claims not to be very good.
I mean, who do you think you are? A doctor? Do you happen to know that she's actually like that?
I'm adding doctor to my repertoire of all my amazing skills.
I see. Well, let's
Okay.
read it then.
Maybe stop eating people for a while and actually study something.
Hole in
Well,
wall.
I guess, Pedro, you truly are what you eat.
But he wasn't looking at me. Confused, I frantically glanced at my surroundings, but my burned eyes can no longer see color. Are there others in this room? Are they talking? Or are they simply poems on flat sheets of paper? The sounds of frantic scrawling playing tricks on my ears. The room begins to crinkle, closing in on me. The air I breathe dissipates before it reaches my lungs. I panic. There must be a way out. It's right there. He's right there. Swallowing my fears, I brandish my poem. So, what do you think?
It's very freeform, that's what you're talking about. Sorry, I'm not really the right person to ask for feedback.
Well, what are you useful for then? It's okay. Yeah, that kind of style has gotten pretty popular nowadays.
And I'm the popular girl, so...
That is, a lot of poems have been putting emphasis on the timing between words and sense. When performed out loud, it can be really powerful.
What was the inspiration behind this one?
Well, I'm not sure if I know how to put it. I guess you could say I had kind of an epiphany recently. It's been
I bet
influencing
you
my
did.
poems a bit.
Y-
Yeah, something like that. I'm kind of nervous to talk about deep stuff like that because it's kind of coming on strongly. Maybe after everyone is best friends with each other. Here's Monica's writing tip of the day. Sometimes when you're writing a poem or a story, your brain gets too fixated on a specific point. So you try to make
Yeah,
it perfect,
you've
then
already
you'll never
told us
make any
this.
progress. Just force yourself to get something down on the paper and tidy it up later. Another way to think about it is this. You keep your pen in the same spot for too long, you'll just get a dark puddle of ink. Just move your hand and go with the flow. That's my advice for today. Thanks for listening.
AKA write the script first and the overall story and characters first, and then tidy up and fixing plot holes. Don't focus too much on the plot holes.
You hearing that, Shyamalan?
Yuri stares at the poem.
Well,
You
actually,
just have
Shyamalan's
to-
problem is a whole other thing, but
More
whatever.
than enough time for her to finish him.
Nana agrees.
I refer
Actually,
to
no
Lady in the
purpose
Water. That had that severe problem.
Well, whatever. Moving on.
It's fine, don't force yourself.
Ugh, I'm not. I just need to put my thoughts into words. Hold on. Okay.
Oh my god, this was terrible.
Yeah.
All right, and I'm
Why'd you
afraid
ask?
I have to kill you. Cue
Not
the psycho theme.
So it's that bad.
So bad that she has to murder.
No, did I just raise my voice? Also, sorry, I thought you were dead. I'm
Who
so
say Yori?
sorry.
Your
Exactly.
birds are facing
Yeah,
your
who dat?
I couldn't
Couldn't
help
have
but
not.
notice that it's...
Actually, it's me.
Is it?
It might,
Okay.
it take Yuri a while to get used to new people. Remember, Pedro, if there's no, the caption box is narration of our protagonist.
Right. That's the thing too. There are some lines of yours that actually have the title box. That's the
Yeah,
the name
remember,
box.
it's different from what I'm thinking or narration and from what I'm actually speaking.
Essentially, whenever it's a thought box, it's always the
Usually-
main character's thoughts.
Usually when it's an inner thoughts, they use parentheses. I think that makes it easier to tell.
Well, in this case, sometimes it depends. Also, sometimes it's used the italic or sometimes the bold.
The end result
the
is that both
protagonist-
the style and expressiveness are weakened.
From the box.
What's in the box? Once Yuri finishes entering the throat, her stamina is completely gone and she sounds like an expert.
Does she know? Of course, it's not something you can be blamed for. There are so many different skills and techniques that go into writing even a simple poem. Not just finding them and building them, but getting them to work together is probably the most challenging part. It might take you some time, but it all comes with practice and learning by example. Try new things. I also hope that everyone else in the club gives you valuable feedback. Natsuki can be a little bit biased, though.
And you are not biased? How?
Well, never mind. I shouldn't be talking about people like that. Bitch.
It's fine. I'm not sure if you apologize to yourself, to me, or to Natsuki.
Maybe all of the above.
Do you mind if I read your poem now?
Please do. I'd love to share my thought process behind it.
Yuri smiles dreamily, as if it's
Ask
a
me
rare
what it
thing
means.
to do.
Ask me what it means.
Which is kind of funny. After all, isn't it supposed to be a literature club?
Ghost under the light. The tendrils? The tendrils of my
Yeah.
hair illuminate beneath the amber glow. Bathing. It must be this one. The last remaining street light to have withstood the test of time. The last yet to be replaced by the sickening blue-green hue of the future. I bathe calmly breathing air of the present. This
Yeah, bathing.
fucking font.
There you
I'm
go.
sorry I have such terrible handwriting. I know! You should
What?
feel bad for having such terrible handwriting,
I
you
wasn't
fucking
thinking
bitch.
that.
But
I
Pedro,
wasn't
like you said,
thinking
she'll
that
make
at
a
all.
wonderful doctor.
I know, but damn.
Well, I just don't read scripts
Right,
very
yeah,
often.
yeah, right using a computer.
Picture handwriting is actually really pretty.
Aww.
That's a relief.
Also, I like the poem. Even though it's short, it was really descriptive.
It wasn't too short. I usually write longer poems.
Not at all.
I'm really glad you like it. I'll be honest. Since it's our first time sharing, I wanted to write something a little more mild. Yeah, we're basically repeating the same beats from the
Are you
first
sure?
time.
Yeah,
Are
well,
you
Are
sure
you
we
the
are?
ghost, Yuri?
yeah,
remember
we're just without.
Well, remember, Joe, but we
Sorry,
also had the first time these two shared poems was also like this. She also said, I wanted to write
Sorry.
something mild because it was the first time we were sharing poems.
I'm really sorry, guys. I swear there was someone else, but I can't remember what. I can't remember their name.
Dweebs, we have no time for your flights of fancy, so please pay attention.
Just say sayonara to those thoughts.
They usually do more than tell a simple story or paint a picture. In this case, perhaps the subject of the poem is only being symbolically compared to a ghost.
Ooh.
Lingering in the last remaining place of comfort, unable to let go of the past, and soon to be left with nothing.
That's a lot more soul than putting it that way. I hadn't even thought of that. How do I breathe? That's impressive.
It's nothing really. Well, it makes me happy that you think that. Just remember, they won't be long before you pick up on these things too.
You'll become an expert
maybe
someday.
you're right. I guess I'll have to keep trying.
I'm counting on you. Please keep trying, HandsomeTeo.
I guess that's everyone.
Actually, no, it's please do your best. That's it.
I
Please do
guess
your
around
best,
the room.
HandsomeTeo.
That was a little more stressful than anticipated. It's as if everyone is judging me for my mediocre writing abilities. Even if we're just being nice, there's no way more points can stand to theirs. Also, what's with the music?
Huh.
I don't know. I like
This is
it.
a literature club after all. I sigh.
Not the music club.
I guess that's what I ended up getting into. Across the room, Monica is writing something in her notebook. My eyes landed on Yuri and Natsuki. They gingerly exchange sheets of paper, sharing their respective poems.
Love
As if they're
letters.
reading tandem, I watched each of their expressions change. Natsuki's eyebrows furrow in frustration. Meanwhile, Yuri smiles sadly.
And Natsuki
What's with this language?
and Natsuki gets angry and starts beating the crap out of Yuri. Did you say something?
Oh, wait, oh, it's nothing.
Natsuki dismissively returns the poem to her desk with one hand.
I guess you could say it's fancy.
Thanks. Yours is cute.
Aww.
Cute.
Oh,
Did you
crap.
completely miss the symbolism or something?
Oh, she said the C word.
It's clearly about the feeling of giving up.
Yeah,
How can that be cute?
You make it cute somehow, Gremlin.
I know that. I just meant the language, I guess. I was trying to say something nice.
You mean you have to try that hard to come up with something nice to say? Thanks, but it didn't really come out nice at all.
I feel like there should be someone here to defuse the situation.
Well, I do have a couple suggestions.
If I was looking for suggestions, I would have asked someone who actually liked it, which people did, by the way.
Sorry,
Actually,
Jova,
Natsuki,
but we only have these 3 characters
That's
to
not-
work with, I'm
that's
afraid.
that's not how.
Yeah.
So based on that, I'll gladly give you some suggestions of my own.
Natsuki,
First of
that's
all,
Natsuki. That's not how criticism works. You should take suggestions from people who didn't like, because people who liked it just agree with you. I appreciate the
Not
offer, but
necessarily.
I don't expect it to change anytime soon, unless, of course, I come across something particularly whatever, which I haven't yet. The point is, Natsuki is about to claw her way out of claw her
Natsuki
Yuri's face.
suddenly stands up.
Here we go.
oh, I didn't realize you were so invested in trying to impress our new member, Yuri.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh. Now the claws come out.
That's not what I. I'm sorry, my narcolepsy. Oh, you're just.
Yuri-
The music's
Yuri's up as
getting
well.
weird
Hold on,
again.
here we go.
Maybe you're just
Yeah,
jealous
also-
that HandsomeTeo appreciates my advice more than he appreciated yours.
Huh? And how do you know he didn't appreciate my advice more? Are you that full of yourself?
No. Catfight. If I was so full of myself, I would deliberately go out of my way to make everything I do overly cutesy.
Ooh.
Well, you know what? I wasn't the one whose boobs magically grew a size bigger as soon as HandsomeTeo started showing up.
Did they
Excuse me?
really?
Yeah, we
That's
did.
still my favorite line in the game.
Natsuki.
Natsuki, that's a little...
This doesn't involve you!
Taking out your own insecurities on others like that. You really act as young as you look.
Oh.
Oh snap, that burn was so
Now we're
hard
in a
it
horror
caused the
game.
game to
And
go
then-
black
and
and
then the
white.
music decided to go on a roller coaster.
See, look at that, Natsuki. Your Tinderism is destroying the world.
Look who's talking, you wanna be edgy bitch!
Language, Gremlin, language.
Go on.
Edgy? I love how she says edgy. The bitch
Hold on,
comment,
hold
that's
on,
fine,
Pepper,
but
go on.
edgy? Sorry.
You missed the dialogue too! Just saying that proves my point! Most people learn to get over themselves after they graduate middle school, you know?
If you want to prove anything, then stop harassing others with your sickening attitudes. You think you can counterbalance your toxic personality just by dressing and acting cute? The only cute thing about you is how hard you try.
Whoa, be careful, you might cut yourself on that edge here.
Oh!
My bad, you already do, don't you?
Jesus.
Oh man. Did you just accuse me of cutting myself? What the fuck is wrong with your
Yeah, go on!
Language.
Let HandsomeTeo hear everything you really think! I'm sure he'll be head over heels for you after this!
I really wonder how the Japanese translation of this is written.
Suddenly, Yuri turns towards me as if she just noticed I was standing here.
HandsomeTeo, help me! She's just trying to make me look bad.
That's not true! She started it!
Someone get me out of
Oh god, they
here.
both turned into old bag.
Well,
Someone
which
get me
will
out
it
of here,
be?
please.
Natsuki or Yuri?
Oh God, what's happening?
Choose wisely.
Ah,
Hi there!
No, God, Jesus, get away!
You've upset Mena, Monica.
Hey, HandsomeTeo. Why don't we step outside for a little bit?
I'm not going anywhere with you!
Okay?
Get away!
Boy, that escalated quickly. I mean, that really got out of hand fast.
Thank you,
Here,
Will.
let's come out here where it's safe. Sorry about that. They really shouldn't have tried to get you involved. It's probably better for us to stay out of this. We'll go back inside once they're done yelling. Some president I am, right? I can't even confront my own club members properly, and then watch as they fast-forward argument. I just wish I was able to get a little more assertive sometimes. But I never have it in me to put my foot down against others. You understand, right?
Because you will go against your master plan, right?
Monica, be assertive.
no, please.
I'd be happy to
Last thing they
spend
want to
time
see
with
is
you
Monica keep
instead.
holding. Suddenly, Natsuki runs out of the classroom.
With tears in her eyes.
Aww.
Is the world...
Someone's
the world...
better dead. She quickly
They
runs
broke up.
away.
Oh dear, they broke up. Well, it looks like they're done.
It's like that post, the friendship with Natsuki is over. Now Monica is my best friend.
I didn't mean it. I didn't mean it. I didn't mean it.
Yuri is rocking back and forth in their desk with the palms on her forehead. Yuri?
I didn't mean it.
I believe you. I have no idea what Yuri might have said to Natsuki.
This club's off to a great start, isn't it?
HandsomeTeo, please don't hate me.
I'm
Another
sorry.
Japanese line.
I'm sorry, Yuri. I don't know how to breathe, so I'm pretty sure I don't know how to wait here.
There's something wrong with me today.
It's fine, Yuri. We know you didn't mean it.
Didn't mean what?
Let's just say she said something so bad that it caused Natsuki to break down and run out crying.
Well, guys,
I so completely don't buy anything you're saying, you manipulating bitch.
What clues have
Monica,
we?
I mean.
What clues have we got about Natsuki so far? She likes cupcakes a lot, or at least the sweet things. She needs a protein bar because apparently she doesn't get, a proper food, and apparently she has an abusive father. So take a wild pick.
Well, I'm
Anyway,
vice president.
Yuri
so...
wanted to stay with me a bit, but Monica seems to be very insisting.
It kind of sounds like you don't want me around for something, Yuri.
It's not that.
People are allowed to have a private conversation, Monica. Go away.
It's not that. I don't know, Shira. I think Monica should have just stepped in and ended that discussion.
Hold on. Go on in the meantime.
It would just be embarrassing with you listening.
I guess I don't really have a choice, do I?
I'm sorry for causing trouble. And then Monica leaves the room and she's like...
We need to decide another poem, but I think what we will be doing in the next part. So I will see every one of you for the next part where we clearly write another poem for the rest of it for the next day.
See you then.
See ya.
Bye. Great.
And then Monica leaves the room and she's like, just as planned.